Any questions? Right over here, Steve, on the right.
Damn.
Hi, Tyronn. Steve Ashburn, NBA.com. I'm curious. Since you've been here the past 2 years, what influence have you seen from LeBron on Kyrie, both in terms of his play and in terms of his off-court approach, leadership, anything like that?
Just off the court, just, being professional as far as handling your body, getting your body in the best shape you can possibly be in. I think after, game one last year, the finals, when Kyrie got hurt, I think he's really taken a serious approach to making sure his body is right, lifting weights, conditioning. And LeBron does it every day, getting massages, stretching, taking care of your body. So as a young player, you need a veteran player like that to show you how to do that, show you the ropes. And LeBron's been great for that. Also, just, as far as playing, just, playing the way he's capable of playing. LeBron hasn't hurt him any by being here. He's really helped him, and Kyrie's still able to be aggressive, still able to be him, and now just have that 1-2-3 punch with him, Kevin, and Kyrie. So it's not anything different that LeBron has brought outside just professionalism.
Looking at the arc that Kyrie was on prior to LeBron coming back here, would you think he'd be at a different point if he's the guy having to carry the Cavaliers program to, up into the playoffs?
I'm not sure.
Mark on the left.
Draymond's such a force for the Warriors. What does it mean to suddenly have LeBron, changing the dynamic?
Well, LeBron's able to be physical with him, give him a different look, able to guard him off the dribble, and also being able to help and get back out fast enough to get back out to contest his shots. And, when Draymond's posting the basketball, he's a very good passer, and LeBron's able to trace the basketball and get deflections and get into his body.
Mark on the left.
Coach, can you talk about the passion that Phil Handy had in his speech after Game 2, and where do you think that came from, and why did you feel comfortable with him saying what he said?
Well, just something we all knew, that we had to play harder. Just had to continue to compete, for 48 minutes, not one quarter, not a quarter and a half. And what he said was right on. And the guys accepted that, they understood it, and then we just moved on.
Chris on the left.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. Coach, with Kevin Love, obviously you won't know if he's cleared until probably tomorrow. If he's able to go, have you thought about if you will keep your traditional starting lineup or if you stay with what you did in Game 3?
Haven't thought about it yet. Hopefully just trying to get Kevin healthy is the most important thing right now. And like you said, he's going through the concussion protocol right now, so hopefully we can get him back.
Just real quick, you won't know till tomorrow.
Right.
Second row in the middle. Please just wait for the microphones.
Tyronn, Ron Krajcik from the San Francisco Chronicle. Klay Thompson had some fairly strong words last night about the screen that Mozgov set. Did you see it? I mean, he actually said it was kind of dirty in his mind. Did you see the play on replay, and what did you think of that collision?
Ximo was running in to set a high pick and roll, and at the same time the ball handler was moving, going forward, so he just tried to stop, and they end up just running into each other, but I wouldn't say it was a dirty play.
Joe, back left.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Ty, we all saw Kevin out there moving, dunking, shooting. So what is it that he still has to do or pass to be cleared?
After a workout, it has to take 24 hours for the NBA protocol. So once he works out today, it takes 24 hours to see him again to see if everything adds up. I'm not sure what goes into it, but now he had a great workout, and now it takes 24 hours to come and reevaluate him.
Bill over here.
Bill Livingston, Plain Dealer. Tristan, LeBron, and Jefferson were so effective. Would you be tempted to try to bring Love back to the starting lineup, or do you think he would be okay with coming off the bench?
I haven't thought about it yet.
Zach, back left.
Hey, Coach. Zach Lowe, ESPN. With Kevin out, was it almost a little bit easier for you guys to match up in transition when they would come off a stop? Like if LeBron's on Klay, he's on Klay. If RJ's on Draymond, he's on Draymond. You don't have to worry as much about the matchups?
No, it didn't make it easier. I thought what made it easier was we played harder. We just competed. We played harder, and we were able to get matchups in transition. It didn't have anything to do with Kevin being on the floor. It's just the way we approached the game.
Over here on this side.
Chris Parker, Cleveland Scene. Coach, we saw a little bit of LeBron on the elbow. I was just wondering if you could maybe explain to us some of the things that maybe offers versus maybe taking the ball from the wing or in different spots. What enables you when you have him at the elbow?
Well, when he's at the elbow, he's able to make one dribble and get to the basket. He's also a great passer from there, so he's able to scan and read the floor, and it's harder to double team from that position.
Over in the second row.
Coach Kenneth Miller, Call and Post. None of these 3 games have been reflections of the other. Do you have any mindset as to how you think Game 4 will play out, or why has it been that all of these games are different? It's kind of like a prize fight to where each game is a different game in and of itself. How are you approaching now Game 4?
The same way we approached Game 3, just being physical and being aggressive. I think in the first 2 games in Golden State, they were definitely that. They were more physical and they were more aggressive than we were. And last night, we turned the tables on them.
One other question, real quick. The officiating has allowed for you guys to be physical. Is it difficult for you, for the players, to adjust to the officiating? I noticed that last night LeBron appeared to get fouled a lot, and he didn't get the call. And is it that difficult to adjust to the officiating? Are they letting you guys play too much? Are they not letting you play enough? Or is it the inconsistency that's affecting the flow of the game?
I think with the referees, the most aggressive team, they usually let you play that way. And, we were physical last night. We were aggressive, and they let us play. And that was on both ends of the floor. So we got to keep attacking. If we don't get foul calls, we just got to keep going and keep playing. We can't complain about the calls.
Emilio in third row.
Coach Emilio Perez, Staff Deportes. Obviously, the trending topic around this NBA Finals from Game 3 to Game 4 is Kevin Love. There's a lot of people saying that this team looks better without him. I want your statement on what do you have to say to those people that think that this Cavaliers team is better without Kevin Love.
I'm not giving a statement.
Dave.
Hi. Over here. Dave McMenamin, ESPN. After games 3 and 4 at Toronto, we knew that you made sure you spoke to Kevin on a daily basis to keep him in it when he didn't play in the fourth quarter of those games. What's your communication been like with him while he's dealing with this concussion protocol process?
Just tell him to be patient. I know he's eager to play. He wants to play. And, we definitely need him back. And, we miss his rebounding. We miss his post presence. We miss his three-point shooting. So we definitely want him back, but he has to take the steps that's necessary to get himself back. So just staying positive with him. We know it's a tough time, being in the NBA Finals, something you dreamed about your whole life, and having to deal with this is tough. But, myself, my coaching staff, the teammates, we all have his back, and we wish him well. We need him back.
What was it like for him yesterday, or when, I don't know if you broke the news or the league broke the news or the team broke the news that he wouldn't be able to play?
It was tough. He wanted to play. He was very upset, about the situation. But, the guys said, we're going to win this game for you. And LeBron and Kyrie and those guys told him, tonight we're going to win this game for you. So, get yourself healthy, get yourself back. And he was all happy after the game. And they told him, Kevin, this was for you. So it was a big moment for us. But, we definitely need him back.
Jay, last question on the left.
Jay Don, ESPN. Following up what Dave was saying, when you have to make those decisions and sit people down or make lineup changes, how do you finesse that? How do you deal with the egos?
I think you just tell the truth. Tell the truth. They might not like it at the time, but I've always learned in this business, if you tell the truth, guys understand and they know what the truth is. They might be mad for a second, but they can always get back to understanding and realizing that, that's the right thing. And if you tell the truth, guys can respect that.
Thanks, Coach.